The greatest people to surround yourself with are the people that have controversial personalities, because everything is fake now. Every opinion is filtered through what it means to be acceptable. Most people don't want to be real. They want to be liked. They want to be non-problematic more than they want to be honest. They become this beige and agreeable version of themselves that nobody loves and nobody hates. The truth is that if people don't have strong opinions about your friends, you're probably not growing. The people who are controversial are usually just the ones who actually stand for something. They tell the truth even when it costs them. Safe energy never built a legacy. Happiness doesn't come from getting what you want. It comes from wanting less. Look around. Everyone's chasing something. Better body, faster car, bigger house. I was fortunate enough to learn about the arrival fallacy at a pretty young age. A couple months after selling my first company, it hit me. Millions in the bank at 26 and the ability to buy whatever you want, and then I ask, what's next? You arrive and suddenly everything slides back to the baseline. After a little bout of depression, that's when I switched up the game. Fall in love with the process, not the prize. Make the work the win. If you can make your day the destination, you can never lose. We exist in a world where enough doesn't exist. Teenagers feel like failures because their life isn't a highlight reel, but happiness was never out there. It was always an internal setting. I treat life like a dance now, not a finish line. Some songs hit, others miss. Stay on beat. Gratitude is the only upgrade that lasts longer than a week. Don't hunt the peak, master the pace. Life is strange. You arrive with nothing, you spend your whole life chasing everything, and then you leave with nothing again. You don't take the girl you're obsessed with, you don't take the car you're drooling over, you don't take the house, the watch, the status, none of it. When the movie ends, none of that's in the credits. You take the person you became trying to get it, the love you gave when it was easier to shut down, the nights you were broke and kept going anyway. That's the real scoreboard. And look, I love nice shit. I talk about freedom, houses, cars, all of it, but none of this comes with me. Only the quality of the soul that wore it. Make the money, but make sure it's funding a life you're actually present for. The joke here is thinking you're preparing for some future arrival. You're already in the life you'll remember. Treat today like it's one of those scenes that they'll replay at the end. If that person makes you proud, you're playing this game right. Psychology says when you're truly in love, you easily get hurt over small, stupid things. This is because love drops your guard. You let someone inside the room where the little stuff lives. When it's your person, a delayed text feels louder. K feels colder. They forget a detail and it feels like they forgot you. I mean, the truth is tiny things hurt more when someone matters more. I know you do this. You start counting all of the dumb things. Who texted back slower? Who liked what? Who didn't laugh? One misunderstood tone and the whole day is ruined. The bottom line here is that you're just heavily invested in each other's lives. I want you to keep that. And remember, love makes everything lighter till you start carrying it alone. As a proud girl dad, here's the advice I'm giving to my daughters. There's a difference between a man being in his masculine and a man using money to control you. A man paying for things isn't love, especially if he throws it back in your face every time you disagree. That's not security, that's financial abuse with a Chanel ribbon on top. If he can't handle your independence, he's not a provider, he's a prison guard. The most valuable inheritance I can give you is the confidence to carve your own path. It's not in bank accounts, it's discernment. I never want you to confuse a generous man with a possessive one. And in a world full of assets, integrity remains the most appreciating one. Don't chase love and labels, don't mistake control for care, and don't let any man fund your lifestyle if he can't afford your spirit. How beautiful was it when Edgar Allan Poe said, "Tell me every terrible thing you did and let me love you anyway," because that's what real love should be. Edgar Allan was for the girls, and truthfully, so am I. Somewhere in the red pill era, love got distorted. We rewarded performance and punished honesty. Everybody learned to wear a mask because culture made confession feel like suicide. Now people edit their past to be acceptable and wonder why they never feel safe. Bring me the real story, and that's where you can find real love, the kind that can hold your darkness without trying to control you. Tell me the sins and the stupid, the nights you take back. I want a map that led you there, not a little brochure. Confession is intimacy's native language. I'm not here to fix you. I'm here to stand beside you while you work on you and love you in the meantime. That's the only way love grows roots. Two people telling the truth and staying. This is the future we need to normalize. Do you ever wonder why you create fake scenarios before you sleep? Psychology says it's not random. It can signal something much deeper. It's called maladaptive daydreaming. You replay old arguments, crafting the comebacks you never said. You script future fights, rehearsing every word. When life feels unstable or dull, the brain builds a world you control. Outcomes bend, problems pause, relief lands, just for a minute. But then it becomes ritual, not sleep, escape. For some, it's closure for wounds that never healed. For others, it's intimacy and thrill that real life hasn't offered yet. It feels safe. It rarely fixes the root. You're not broken or strange. It's coping. It doesn't change anything. I need you to decode it, redirect it. If the scenes are angry, the wound is unspoken truth. If they're romantic, the gap is connection and novelty. If they're heroic, the signal is meaning and progress. Let the story point to a step, then let the step rewrite the story. If dreams are better than days, upgrade the day. Small moves stack into new stories. Healing isn't in the fantasy, it's in the follow-through. Keep your creativity, but lose the loop. 82% chess for 30 seconds. We are all gonna die. Does that make life meaningless? No. It means enjoy it while you're here. A couple of years ago, I did DMT and I realized none of us are thinking about this right, at all. We are living for a destination that doesn't exist. Life will still throw you curveballs. People will disappoint you, and fighting reality is a full-time job with no paycheck. But when I stopped arguing with what is and started moving with it, my soul healed. And I didn't become like passive hippie, I became more precise. Fix what you can, bless what you can, and keep your heart soft enough to notice the miracles that hide in your regular days. Call your mom back, tip heavy. If you're gonna obsess about anything, obsess about presence. I chased importance, it's empty. I choose love and attention to the moment. The food tastes better, the music hits deeper, and the money showed up cleaner because I wasn't leaking energy on trying to prove something I'm not. Death doesn't make it pointless, it makes it precious. Emotions can intoxicate the human brain the same way drugs and alcohol do. We all know that substances wreck decisions, but nobody warned you that feelings can do the same. Jealousy is liquor for the ego. I don't want you to drink and drive your life. I knew a guy, could have been anything. Superstar athlete, straight A student, never touched a drink, never popped a pill. But he let envy pour his shot, started checking his girl's phone, started rehearsing betrayals that never happened. The feelings got louder than the facts. Then it turned into control, and then it turned into hands. And that's the part I hate to say out loud because that was the beginning of his fall. Scholarships yanked, friends gone, a life that should have been traded for a feeling he thought was truth. Let his story be your lesson. When the storm hits, you don't argue with the weather. Feelings can visit, but they don't get the keys. Kings don't chase control of others, they master control of themselves. You want the ultimate life? Be unshakable in private. Let results do the talking in public. Emotions aren't the enemy. Indulgence is. Build a future your feelings are proud to be a part of. They told you to worship Jesus, but he told you to be like them. He never said build churches, he said build consciousness. Let me say this as someone that would check Christian on a forum but doesn't acknowledge most of what the church calls scripture. I grew up around people who love Jesus but outsource their inner life to a pastor. They follow the brand more than the message. Jesus kept saying that the kingdom is within, and we keep acting like it's locked inside of a Sunday service. He healed people in the streets. He flipped tables in temples. He hung out with the very people religion would cancel today. That's the part that always stuck with me. Honoring Christ isn't cosplaying perfection or quoting verses as weapons in people's comment section. It's remembering that you are not some broken, distant creature begging to an angry sky dad for crumbs. You are plugged into that same source. When you stop blindly following and start actually embodying more love, more courage, more truth-telling, you become dangerous to any system that profits off your guilt. You don't have to throw God away, and you shouldn't. Atheism is another strange form of religion. Just stop letting the middleman tax your connection and stop following men that know no better than you. Ask less, what does the church think of me? Ask more, if God really lived in me, how would I move today? That's the shift. That's the revolution in quiet. Don't confuse church attendance with spiritual progress. Why does your boyfriend overthink everything? If you've seen this in him, congrats. You're at the point where he's crazy in love with you. And I get it, it can feel like a lot. You're social, he's scanning. You're chatting, he's chessboarding. It's not about trust as much as loss. When a man really loves you, his first reflex is don't lose her. His brain flags every guy in the room. What you're seeing is micro checks, extra texts, but he's not trying to control you, he's trying to calm you. Here's how to make it work without losing yourself. I want you to name it softly. I know crowds spike your anxiety. You're safe. I chose you. Give a clear signal. Tiny cues save big spirals. Set fair rules before the party. We arrive together, we leave together. If I'm deep in a convo, tap me and I'll check in. Keep your life, keep your boundaries. Reassure, yes. Report, no. Love isn't surveillance. Ask him to own his side. Breathe, gym, therapy, better sleep, goals. Confidence grows where purpose lives. Your big red flag test is if overthinking turns into policing, guilt, or isolation, that's no longer love. That's full control. At the end of the day, you have to protect your peace. Most men don't need perfection, they need proof that you're with them in a plan that respects you. You can be warm and independent at the same time. Let him feel chosen without shrinking your light. That's how real love lasts. People who get goosebumps when listening to music have a special mental condition that makes them extremely emotional to certain kind of stimuli. This condition is known as frigione. If a song ever hits so hard you have to close your eyes and stare at the ceiling and your whole body gets the chills, that's you. This condition is your nervous system catching the Holy Ghost from sound, but only about half of people feel that. The ones who do are usually more emotionally tuned in, more empathetic, and more open. Those are my people. The ones who hear chord progression and suddenly want to change their entire life. Those are the people I want at my shows, in my circle, in this community. The world will call you too sensitive. I'm telling you that you're high resolution. Don't numb it with mid-music and mid-environments. Protect it and feed it. If music gives you chills, you're not weird. You're proof that the right frequency can still reach people. Cuddling can literally change your gene expression. I'm not even being poetic. Science backs this up. When you cuddle someone, you feel safe and your body floods with oxytocin, serotonin, and the stress hormone cortisol starts dropping. On a cellular level, that's like flipping switches. That's what epigenetics really is, your lifestyle talking to your DNA. Meanwhile, the majority of us are doom scrolling, sleeping alone, and telling ourselves that we don't need anybody while our body is in permanent stress posture. And hey, this isn't a cue to run it back to your toxic ex. It's a reminder that you were built for connection. Find people it feels good to be soft around. Let yourself be the big spoon, the little spoon, whatever spoon. Just stop acting like you're too cool to need touch. Your DNA is literally more hopeful when you're loved, and this increases your chance of a better life. Stop starving that shit. This is the real reason he wants you so much, and it proves he's in love with your soul, not just your body. Most girls never get told this. For a man, desire isn't always just horny. A lot of the time, it's how his nervous system says, you're my safe place. Men are terrible at language around feelings. He might stumble over, I love you, or go quiet when you ask, what are you thinking? But the second you're around him, his whole body calms down. That pull to be close, to hold you, to sleep wrapped around you, it's him checking if you are real. You'll notice the difference here too. He doesn't just want you when the lights go off. He reaches for your hand while he's driving. He pulls you closer during the movie. He kisses you on the forehead when there's nothing to get from it. For a healthy man, his body and his heart are wired together. When he's really in love, touching you is how he says, I choose you, without fumbling over the words.